Hello friends, welcome to Bindu Dadwal Chemistry Lessons. The topic that we take today is valence bond theory for the formation of covalent bond. This theory was introduced by Hitler in London in 1927 and further developed by Pauling and others. The basic assumptions of the theory are: atoms do not lose their identity even after the formation of molecules. The bond is formed due to interactions of only the valence electrons as the two atoms come closer to each other. The inner electrons do not participate in the bond formation. During the formation of bond, only the valence electrons from each bonded atom lose their identity. The other electrons remain unaffected. The stability of bond is accounted by the fact that formation of bond is accompanied by release of energy. The molecule has minimum energy at a certain internuclear distance. Larger the decrease in energy, stronger will be the bond formed. To understand this theory, valence bond theory, let us consider the formation of hydrogen molecule. So in one hydrogen atom, this is the nucleus of hydrogen atom A and this is the nucleus of hydrogen atom B. Both have one electron around their moving around their nucleus. Now these dotted lines show the old force of attraction between nucleus and electron, and when the atoms start approaching each other, these atoms were earlier far apart from each other. At this stage they were far apart from each other and there was no interaction between them. When there was no interaction between them, there was only the force of attraction between nucleus and this electron and nucleus and this electron. When the atoms start approaching each other, interactions begin and the electron of this atom will start getting attracted towards the nucleus of this atom. Similarly, the electron of this nucleus or atom will start getting attracted towards the nucleus of the other hydrogen atom. So when the atoms start approaching each other, attractive forces arise between the nucleus of one atom and its own electrons and nucleus of one atom and electron of other atom. So in all there are 4 forces of attraction. But when they approach each other, some repulsive forces also come into play. The electron of one atom will repel the electron of other atom and nucleus of one atom will repel the nucleus of other atom. When you compare between the attractive forces and repulsive forces, the attractive forces are more in number than the repulsive forces in case of hydrogen molecule. Attractive forces tend to bring the two atoms close to one another, whereas repulsive forces tend to push them apart. Experimentally, it has been found that the magnitude of new attractive forces is more than the new repulsive forces. As a result, the two atoms approach each other and potential energy decreases. This can be seen from this graph. When they were far apart from each other and there were no interaction between the atoms, the distance of separation was much and potential energy, there was, because no attraction or repulsion, potential energy was 0. As the atoms begin coming closer to each other, attractive forces come into play, potential energy decreases, and so the molecule starts becoming stable till a point where it reaches a minimum. At this point, the atoms are maximum close to each other and they are most stable. The decrease in energy at this point is called bond energy, because we say that a bond has been formed between the two atoms. The atoms have come closer to each other, their energy has decreased to the minimum, and they have become stable. The atoms cannot further come close together because repulsive forces come into play. So this is the point where the energy is minimum, and this much distance is the bond length, the distance between the nuclei of the two atoms. So ultimately, the stage where the net force of attraction balances the net force of repulsion and system acquires minimum energy, at this stage the two hydrogen atoms are said to be bonded together to form a stable molecule having a bond length of 74 picometer. So this much bond length is 74 picometer. We can also explain why a helium molecule He2 is not formed with the help of valence bond theory. Again, we consider that the atoms of helium come closer to each other. This is the nucleus of one helium atom having +2 positive charge and 2 electrons. These are the old forces of attraction. When they start coming closer to each other, new forces of attraction come into play. The electron of this atom will get attracted by the nucleus. Similarly, the other electron will also get attracted by the nucleus, and the electrons of this atom will also get attracted by the nucleus of the other atom. So the attractive forces are 4 in number, whereas repulsive forces, this electron repels the other electron, other 2 electrons, 2 repulsive forces, then these 2 repulsive forces, and 1 repulsive force between the nuclei of 2. So when the atoms come closer, repulsive forces, which are 5 in number, are greater than the attractive forces, and as a result the atom on the whole tends to repel each other, the energy of the system increases, and there is no bond formation. So each helium atom has 2 electrons in its 1s orbital. There are 2 attractive forces between nucleus and electron of each atom. These are shown by the dotted lines. It has been found that when 2 helium atoms approach each other, 4 new attractive forces and 5 new repulsive forces come into play. Therefore, repulsive forces predominate and the potential energy of system increases, which leads to instability. Thus, He2 represents unstable state and chemical bond is not formed between helium atoms. He2 is thus not formed. Whereas in hydrogen, bond energy decreased, the system became stable and bond was formed. This is the valence bond theory. Since the energy gets released when the bond is formed between 2 hydrogen atoms, the energy so released is called bond enthalpy, which corresponds to the minimum in the curve. In other words, or in converse to this, we can also say that the bond energy is the energy required to break the bond between these 2 atoms in a molecule so that they can be separated. So for hydrogen, 435.8 kilojoules is the energy required to dissociate 1 mole of hydrogen molecule.